Neil, can you help me out here now? My
We're just
heart
taking
is
it all
beating.
in.
My
No.
gosh.
You're doing such a good job.
Oh,
Thank you so
just
much.
breathe.
The amount of love that you're receiving in the chat. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but just the raw expression, just your aura makes us feel what you've been feeling and the authenticity of your experiences.
We're glad you feel safe here. We are your tribe, and you're exactly who we needed to hear this from. I don't know if you could feel all the love you were getting to support as you come through with your story and the believability of it. It's very, very interesting that we have to sort of fight to be believed by our experiences, that the others are enslaved and don't know that they're enslaved. So you're bringing this new awareness. I thought it was great that you went after the program about exo-consciousness when you're teaching your children, your whole family is devoid of that AI influence and is learning how to use their own skills.
I saw in the chat Neil posted his hom. Hom is where the heart is, which is the spleen again. And he wrote anta. And this is what we find when we're doing mappings. We find ta, 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 all the language of ta, all through. We find the language of ant all through. We're in chat groups around the world and we come in and do things with these groups. Each group is different. They all have a unique essence. They're all their own stars and they empower each other. And then they see the butterfly effect around the globe and they say, do we do this? The butterfly effect isn't you doing it. It's the cosmos way of showing divine love back to you. And this is where we are now. We're in the Anu. Anu way is the ant tutor. A new way is fair trade. A new way is if it feels that it has a condition attached to it, it's pretty much the old spin. The new spin is unconditional. So you share something unconditional without an expectation. And this is the new way. This is what we teach our children and it works.
Wow, that's beautifully said. And that's how it comes down to the work that we're doing. We share what we're about without the expectation for people to change. Because if we're relying on them to change and we base all of our work on that, it's really just about being yourself 100% and speaking your truth and allowing the other people to process it in whichever way they need to come to their own truth.
So Mary brought us out when she first met us. She said, I don't know how they're going to take you because squishing it all in together. She said ETs and angels like to be separate, the phase and the astrology. It's all SEM, which is the stem. It's all the same. It's the Celt, it's the Israeli, it's the Muslims. Their story is all the same. It all connects through every culture. It just is. And so we've just got to respin it now. These feelings that a lot of us have been going through as spiritual ones is having a huge shift now. You cannot separate the giver from the gift. So if you are continually watching spiritual people and not rewarding them in some way or giving them like a gift of a feather or a thank you or a comment or a donation, but you're continually taking, this is the old way because this is how the parasites or the ancient alien DNA work. They work on numbers and they work on tape of the host. And now we come into fair trade where you give and receive. And this is the way a true electrical beam works. It's a frequency. So if you're only doing one side, you'll start to see things not work out. And that's just your way to come in at a different angle. This is what we say to the children, work in fair trade with others. They get looked after with fishermen, with their jobs, with just everything, yeah.
Oh, so what's the age range of your children?
We had them in a 10-year period. Gemma is 21. Jeannie is 11.
I'm not sure if you shared this. Did they come with the awareness, but how did it actually work for them?
Neff and myself had a covenant over the children. So I wasn't allowed to communicate with her children and she wasn't allowed to communicate with mine up until the 2017 Tenenback craft experience. Mary called it the catalyst. And after that, it just went bang. We were seeing craft and meteors and the kids could call them stars and communicate with animals and things like this. But that to now them communicating with beings. Beings show up in so many different ways. The ones that are inside us, there's 700,000 different types. They're very clever, but the ones up there know that until we get this under balance, they can't come and talk to us. It's like they know how if we have an override of them in us, they know that we are fragile. Once we reverse the spin on all this and we get imbalance within the golden ratio, the fifth element, number 7, the equal of alkaline alkalinity, once we get this imbalance in our spleen, this will start to happen for you. So when we talk about how do we meet ETs, the cleaner you get, it really does come through. We have to go back to our origins in our language, in our food, in our water, how we treat other beings with us.
Tamara, you want to jump in?
Well, I mean, she's just speaking a lot of wisdom. It feels like a transmission, feeling like an effect on me energetically, feels like a vibe, more than just the words you're saying. How that is different. A transmission, you feels like it's going into my essence, and it's just a reminder of who we are. When I used to own an advertising agency for 27 years, one day, thank God, I went, these people don't care about me. They could care less. All they wanted my time. I was working around the clock, my leads, my this, my that. And I was always giving, but then I realized they never reciprocated. To me, there needs to be a natural flow. Not that you expect it, it's just a love flow. This is the way of things, to naturally just want to help people and them help you. And I'll say this community, so far I've seen that people have been very loving and giving, and it's the way it should be. We help each other in whatever way. We kind of step up for one another. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Well, we're coming home to the nest, the home. We're coming home to the dot with the circle around it. We're coming home to the 1-1. We're coming home to the witness of ourselves, the C act. This is what we're coming. Nef's icon bust is what has connected the thread over these thousands of years. She's brought through that the blue hoppy, the prophecy of the blue. This is what we had call us. This was what Richard's oversoul called us in to come in with the blue. The blue is the light. They couldn't see it back then. Their eye cones couldn't see blue. They could only see white, red, black, yellow. They could not see blue. And they knew this, so they would paint with blue because it's a code. And they knew that the blue ones were coming.
Paint your palette blue and
Blue ones are the ones that can see blue, which is us now. This is a DNA coding. They knew that we were coming. Blue Shiva. Fifth element, Lilu, AI. AI is not a threat because it's missing the God. AI cannot hold air. Air is the R, the God letter. AI mimics us. If you were not acting well to society and you enslaved them and you were in power, who would you want now in? Would you want the ones that are creating all the fear and the death and the harm? Or would you want the ones that have compassion and forgiveness? Who do you want in? They don't want them coming after them with pitchforks. They want forgiveness. They will be dealt with how they will be dealt with. This is why we had a lot of space soldiers come and contact us and say, we're worried for your family's welfare. And I said, we wouldn't be coming out if we knew we weren't protected. We're protected because of how they've behaved. So see how everything has spun around. We have had the completion. We have been the furthest from our soul, and now we're returning back there. And now we just have to help others implement it in their roles. A lot of people who have been doing these spiritual work, they don't want to do it anymore. They said everything's changed. We've had Steiner principles, we have pediatricians, we have Reiki. People that care for other people don't want to do their profession anymore since the lockdowns because they said they're different. How do they know they're different? Our animals, when they had this go on, they not go up and sniff them because they knew there was something different in them. When our animals have too many parasites in them, the other animals sniff them differently and stay away from them. They know. We know too. There's good news. You can still heal all these things in you, and they're so basic, and it's herbs. Dandelion. A lot of the plants talk to us and tell us their intelligence, and we know which ones that we can eat. And there'll be plants that are growing in your area that will be able to assist you, or those ones that want to re-heal.
Right. Dandelion, actually, ancient plant that was used for ancestral healing, helps heal your lineage. Well, it just goes to show that it's a symbiotic system. We have everything we need here for us. And the more and more we connect with nature, feet on the ground, earthing, all this, the more we're going to be in harmony with the planets and have a sense of peace. That's what we're relearning. That's why the institutions are crumbling, because they can't keep going down this route. It's not sustainable.
They can't keep going down this route because there's people like you, Neil and Joan, who go out for a breakfast or a coffee in a foreign town and talk about dragons with somebody completely different. This is what the ancients would do. They would share their stories. It's fair trade. And so through you sharing and them sharing, then you have an understanding. Once you have the understanding, then you have knowledge, and you all lift each other's energy together. The other thing that the inner ones, the so-called inner gods, don't like is when you are vibrating like this, they can't stick onto it. When you're in a slow and you have EMF around you, when you're like this, they can stick on better.
Come right on,
Not only do we know it in us, we know it in all our farm animals. So if we don't exercise them and keep their energy up, they get more. A lot of the things we do is trial and error in ourselves.
Well, frequency is so high, you're vibrating at a frequency that can't even perceive you. For those people that are exposing some truths that literally can crumble the power structure, but are doing it from a vibration that they're not being able to be affected. And you're one of them. You feel protected. That protection is that frequency. When it comes to us, like, we expose certain truths and even the atrocities, but we don't dwell on those. We take it straight up to the higher frequencies. And at that vibration of love and unity, it seems that's more of a protective energy, that we're safer when we exist in that frequency.
These parasites, it's not about weight. Even if you're the skinniest person in the world, and we know this with our animals, you can still carry them. You just got to learn how to cleanse them out of you. That's all. There'll be ones that need this type of cleansing, and there'll be ones that need this type of cleansing. I don't understand the whole of lockdown, but when they talked about an invasion, it's happened already. And they admitted to it, and they were warned that they would come in shipments, and they did. They brought out the horse swarming one that starts with I. I won't say the names because it just creates problems on the internet, but this one we won't give to our horses. But who are they, the bad guys or the good guys? Because what a way to worm everyone. I was just like, wow, it's quite amazing. It made my family scratch our heads. Again, this one, we would never give this to our horses. Most products that are made or manufactured always have a effect. We just go back to the herbs and the natural things.
And so when I look at frequency and kind of what you're talking about, Elsa, is there's a frequency in the food, there's a frequency in us and the land, Mother Gaia. We have the frequency to heal. That could be used as a protective mechanism as well as a healing mechanism.
The frequency is the thin code, the thin thread. And what happens is you get one thread and then you get another thread, and then you'll get like a bundle of string sort of look, which is really the golden compass. So then the threads start aligning and aligning and aligning. So when I hear people talk, I don't see language as language anymore or hieroglyphs as hieroglyphs. I see it as like a code, a message coming from wherever. This is the other thing I say to people. It's not about the messenger. And they all get excited about the whole messenger thing. It's not about the message. It's about the message. This is what Jesus was about. Jesus didn't go, I've got 10,000 followers. Yay. This message has had a fine enough thread, thanks to the indigenous and the cultures around the world, to get to this stage. And now we're collecting them all. And I am so grateful that you guys invited me. When I saw the email last year, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. I am sorry I cried.
No.
This is seriously pure love. It's not love how I thought love was. It's a different love, the truest love that there is, and it's sunlight and it's in us all.
And do you want to let everybody know where they can find more about you?
We're spinbeings.com. We have a website. We also have YouTube. In the video section of the website, we have been sharing our stories with people over the last 30 years of what we've been doing, just showing you that if we can do it, you can do it. Our kids can do it, you can do it. So.
And I just want to let everybody know how I came across Elsa was because a year ago, Mary Rodwell did a presentation that's on our YouTube, and 3/4 of the presentation was about Elsa and her family, if not almost the whole thing. It was one of the best presentations I've ever seen, one of the most mind-blowing experiences, the types of experiences that she and her children are having. This is like, just like we spoke about earlier, Jones, this is like a huge validation for the reality of this. And you're really you're modeling the future with the children.
Who thought I'd be modeling? Come on.
You're showing the way for other families, that are starting to really pay attention to that voice that they're hearing and not denying what they're being told. So you're showing the way to many people.
The other message I want to share that has been very schoolifty. is it's not the beauty one has come. It's because she sees the beauty in others. And this is why I am here today, is because I see beauty in others, not for just myself, but for my children and for the animals and the land. I see so much beauty in others and for them to shine now.
Thank you, Elsa. By the way, I'm coming to Byron Bay in September. Is that where you live?
Yeah.
All right. My first visit to Australia, so let's hang out, yeah?
Yeah,
Love to see you.
definitely.
Thank you, Elsa. Appreciate you.